Well, guys, what can I say? Hello and good evening, and I'm here to review. This is the second time. I'm here to review the game today between the Mariners and Fleetwood Town. And yes, did I say it? Four straight wins in a row for the Mariners as we come out 2-1 winners. And it was uh, not the easiest game to watch. Uh, that has to be said. It was quite football wise. It's one of those games you had to be a fan to watch that kind of game. Uh, the pitch really wasn't good, but even though the pitch is not good, if it ends up getting us results because of it, there was people kind of falling over quite a bit through being caught in divots and how badly the pitch is sort of pulling up, cutting up during the game. But that didn't stop the Mariners getting a four straight win. I will just take you through the starting 11. The starting 11 was Jordan Wright. There was one change, which was Justin Abikwu was out. Luca Barrington came in. Him we'll talk about Justin towards the end of the review. And the first 11 was Jordan Wright, Harvey Rogers, Doug Darm, and Cameron McJanet. They were the back three with Savant Dawson, McEachran, Corey, Hume and Savant Dawson were the wing backs. Also Green, Barrington and Rose led the line up front, and on the bench we had Callum Ainley, Seb Orton, Jaden Luca, Dara Burns, Curtis Thompson, Terrell Warren and Donovan Wilson made up the team. And what can I say to start it? It was a very scrappy start. Town did start on the front foot. The first 5-10 minutes, not many chances were made, but Town were definitely on top. Started on the front foot and got on the front foot. We did have one chance early on that just went wide with a header, but it was kind of like we were getting to the first balls, and the football wasn't really great. But like I said, the pitch didn't really conduce to what you class as fantastic football. But it was kind of like a tussle, but the Mariners always looked in control. Even when Fleetwood tried to get a little pattern of play sort of just over the halfway line, but to be fair, defensively we dealt with most of that, and then after about 15-20 minutes of pretty much dominating without much goal threat, Town broke the deadlock from a Doug Darm throw. His loopy sort of throw. It came back to him. He did a couple of turns to try and get away from the defender, laid it off, and one of the most consistent performers this season, Mr. George McEachran. What a finish. What a absolute finish. Now, obviously, there hadn't been many shots prior to that, but if you could pick to score your first goal for a club, I don't think George could have picked much better than that. About 23 yards out, he had time when he picked it up. No Fleetwood player sort of got close to him, but what a finish! Went over the defender's head as well. But curl and dip that he got on the ball and absolutely, looked like he smashed it. To me, it floated in. And what a finish by McEachran to give Town the lead on 23 minutes. Fitting assist by Doug Darm as well. Very smart play, you know. What we were good at is when we had the ball, we were good at being able to keep it. But what an absolute screamer by George McEachran to put Town in front in his first goal for the club. He's only scored 2 in his professional career anyway, and that one there will, I'm sure, live long in his memory. And after that, Town kind of dominated without really doing much. Fleetwood didn't really offer much first half, to be honest. It was kind of just about ruining our jobs properly, which we did. I did notice, I think everyone did. The Fleetwood assistant was losing it quite easily, it looked like. The assistants and the referee kept having to go over to them, and it was, especially towards the end of the first half, I think they felt like, you know, Grimsby were getting a majority of the decisions. We probably were, but hey, guys, that's refereeing for you. Sometimes you get the decisions, and it's never good when you don't get them. And we just kept control of the first half. We didn't really create much after that goal, not of any real note. Obviously, we had that header, like I said, right at the beginning of the first half. But apart from that, didn't really create much, but always had control of the football. Always looked like, you know, we never really looked in trouble. And then went in 1-0 up, which was pleasing. Everybody around the ground was happy and content. And Fleetwood did what I thought they'd do. They came out early on, tried to stamp some authority on the game. I did notice that that Pete Wild was not in the dugout second half. I think he must have been sent to the stands. He must have been sent off. I could see the assistant there, but I couldn't see Pete Wild. So obviously either said something right at the back end of the first half, or even in the tunnel at half time, which the referee didn't like, and obviously sent him to stands by the looks of what it looked like. But fair play to his side. They did get a goal back. Came from a mini attack that we were having, and it just broke for them. And the very dangerous Danny Mayer picked the ball up just near the byline type of thing, and played the ball over the top. It was a beauty of a ball. I think McJanet Graydon just got goal side of him, and this is probably the only real mistake that Jordan Wright made, as in just his judgment was a little bit off. He probably didn't feel like McJanet was going to get there, so he probably tried to come and help out, but what he'd done is he'd come so far out, he gave Graydon the option to lob him. And to be fair to the Fleetwood striker, it was a good lob. It was a precise lob, and that kind of made Jordan maybe look a bit silly, because Jordan had a good game up to that point. He hadn't had much to do, and sometimes that happens. You get a rush of blood to the head, and I think that's exactly what Jordan did. But It was a good finish to make it 1-1. The good thing is we weren't behind for too long. We kind of went upfield again a couple of minutes later. We were only behind 3 minutes when we were able to earn a free kick in a dangerous area. I could definitely hear some groans, and I've seen the free kick from a couple of different angles. And we played a short free kick, and you can hear some of the fans really groaning that it would, that it had been taken short. And then Denver Hume just has had a fantastic season and put an absolutely peach of a ball in the box. Our delivery this season's been, to be fair, really, really good. And a peach of a ball, and who was on the end of it but the noggin of Danny Rose. Had to arc his neck a little bit to get the extra power and direction in it, but it sort of feet planted the goalkeeper. He had absolutely no chance. And a beautiful header by Danny Rose. They've kind of interlinked Denver and Danny. That was Danny's 10th goal of the season, and also Denver's 10th assist of the season. Again, Danny Rose, Mr. Dependable, I'm calling him really. He's always on the team sheet, and he's very rarely been injured. He may have missed the odd couple or had to come in off the bench a couple of times, but he's Mr. Dependable. He's there, and again, he's at double figures for the season, for the second season running. He obviously scored 15 league goals for us last year. He scored 10 goals this. And Danny Rose has probably been one of the best strikers we've probably had in the last few years generally, really. More for his work rate. He works his socks off. Because even after his goal, he was still working the defensive side. He runs and he gives you everything. And that's what we want in a Grimsby Town shirt. Give everything. Give us everything that you've got, and you will go down as an icon of the club. Which I think Danny will, especially if he keeps doing what he's doing. But double figures again, and a great outlay for someone that is not a out-and-out goal scorer, which Danny isn't. Never really has been, but there you go. But after the goal, after that peach of a goal, Fleetwood were trying, they were prodding, and so were we. I think we probably got closest to scoring a third more than they did a second. About 120 Fleetwood fans were in attendance. It didn't look like 120, but credit to the 120 fans of Fleetwood that did make their way. It was a bit funny. When I first came into the ground, I just broke away from the review a little bit. A few of the Fleetwood fans had gone into... had got to the home end entrance. Why so... I think someone had misdirected them. They were the behind, and I found that a little bit funny as I was sort of wheeling in, and I thought that was a bit funny. But obviously they found the right entrance for them, which is great. But we all throughout most of the game we kept control. We kept trying to do our bits. Evan Corey did good again. We're on the horse, Van Thorson, solid again. Barrington did okay. I know Barrington, for a couple of people on social media, was just having a couple of slight digs, obviously in the first half, because Luca had kind of air-shotted a couple of chances. I think that could have been maybe a slight bit of rustiness, but also the bubbles on the pitch wouldn't have helped him, and Wright made one real good save in the second half when Fleetwood thought they were through again, and they were. Again, it was kind of like another break and sort of straight ball over. And their striker, I think it was Graydon again, got the wrong side. Didn't get the wrong side, sorry. Went a little bit too wide and was trying to just sneak it into the far corner. But Jordan Wright made a deftly save to just turn it round the post. A great save by Jordan, to be honest, to keep it at 2-1. And that was more or less the last puff of energy that Fleetwood were able to give. Town were able to see the game out. And to me, there was no real standout man of the match. I think everyone really put a shift in. For me, there was no... if I was to give anybody man of the match, I'd have probably given it to... I'd probably have given it to Van Thorsen. But you know, it was a good win. Like I said, the attendance was just under 6,000, and like I said, that's 4 straight wins for the Mariners. It's funny. In January, we picked up 2 points. In February, we picked up 12 points out of 12 points out of the last 15 available. 13 points from the last 15 available. That is obviously fans will be saying that is playoff form. Can we make the playoffs? Again, I'm still being coy on it. We're not at the running yet, so we'll see how we go heading towards the running and then see where we are. But a great hard-fought win for the Mariners today with the 2-1 win. I did say I'd mentioned Justin Abikwu in his post-match press conference. David Artell did confirm that Justin had been involved in a car accident in coming back from Doncaster. He obviously didn't want to say anything prior to the game to give Pete Wilden that any sort of heads up. Apparently he has got a bit of bruising on his leg, but he's hopeful that he won't be out for too long. It's good to hear that Justin is safe, and he was at the game today. Apparently he was up where the Humberside commentary Crofty and Matt Dean were. He was just in front of them, so it's good to know that Justin is all right, and he may be out for hopefully just a short time, but so that's good to know. But Luca Barrington came in and did a decent job. You know, he had just over an hour, and then Donovan Wilson was brought on. Donovan didn't do a great deal, but he did a job. He did a job up there, and like I said, 2-1 win, 4 straight wins for the Mariners. Fans can dream, I guess. 4 straight wins. First time since we've done it this way since 1998. I think it's the first time since 21. We've won 4 straight, but first ever win over Fleetwood Town that we've ever had in 7 games. So we broke that duck as well. And, Town looking good. They're on 51 points in 8th. so far this season, and I'm going to say that no one would have put Town in eighth. Nobody would have put us in eighth by 32 games gone. To say that we are literally on the cusp of the playoffs, but like I said, we're not at 10 games to go yet. So, and I spoke to somebody about playoffs, and we'll need to get there by points, because we're not going to do it on goal difference. On goal difference, if you're going to rely on that, we're not gonna do enough. But if we do it on getting points, then who knows? But if you were one of the near 6,000 people that were in Blundell Park on Saturday afternoon, leave your comments down below for me. Let me know what you thought. If you did, if you were bored and you watched it on the Stream on Mariners TV or anything like that, let me know what you guys thought. I'm buzzing. I'm sure David Artell is going to be in line for the Manager of the Month award. You've won 4 straight games in the month. You're going to be. It wouldn't surprise me if he wins it either. That is Town's 16th win of the season. To put that into perspective, that is as many wins as Wimbledon and Bradford. And also only 1 win less than Doncaster, who lie in second. And if I really want to bring up the Dreamers, that puts us 6 points outside the automatic promotion places. I don't mind saying, and we'll see, I don't mind though if I am being proven wrong by Artell. I'm man enough to admit when we are. But a great win for the Mariners, a great end to the month of February, and we move on to next week, where we head to Cheltenham. So we're going over the fences, as they say, when we head to Cheltenham next Saturday. I can't believe it's that, and we'll be into March. Who'd have thought that? So leave your comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the game and who you thought your man of the match was, and what you thought of the performance. I thought it was a very, very professional performance today by the Mariners, and onwards and upwards, as people would say. A great win, and hopefully it carries on. I'll be back with, obviously, any news. Also let you know how the ladies get on. I think they're playing this weekend or like that. But I will also be back with a preview for the Cheltenham game. I think I'll be making a few games going towards the running. I think I've done about 11 games so far this season away. I'm looking to hopefully go to a few of the remaining away ones. Can't get them all, but like I said, I'll take you running through Town's next 4 games, heading towards our running this week as well, and take you through the next 4 games that we've got, and where they could be pivotal about whether I class Grimsby as playoff contenders or not. And I'll do a little video on that this week as well. So hit that bell icon. That'll let you know when I upload some more Grimsby Town content. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about the game. And I will see you for the Cheltenham preview, as in after the press conferences later on in the week. Until then, guys, all the best. Up the Mariners. And who would have thought we'd be 8th place by now? Pinch me. Pinch me. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.